Hello friends, this session is in continuation of our previous session for JSON Web Token JWT. In this session, we will discuss about JWT security issues and its best practices. Almost every programming language supports JWT. In Java, we have libraries with the name JWT, Java JWT, JOS 4J, and Nimbus JOS JWT. These are the libraries used in Java programming language to implement JWT. Two types of claims are used in JWT: reserved claims and another is custom claims. Reserved claims are defined by JWT specifications. These are ISS, issuer of JWT, SUB, subject of JWT, odd, audience, recipient for which JWT is intended, EXP, expiration time after which JWT expires, NBF, not before time before which JWT must not be accepted for processing, IAT, issued at time at which JWT was issued, can be used to determine age of JWT, JTI, Java ID, unique identifier, can be used to prevent JWT for being replayed or reused. Now come to the custom claims. We can define our own custom claims. For example, suppose we have added a user's email to access token and then use this email to uniquely identify the user. Another example, we can add custom information stored in auth0 user profile to an identification tokens. Custom claims further can be divided into two parts: public claims and private claims. We can create custom claims for public consumption, which might contain generic information such as name and address. Private claims, we can create private custom claims to share information specific to our application such as employee ID and department name. There are two types of algorithms used to sign JWT. First is symmetric and other is asymmetric algorithm. For symmetric, we use HMAC SHA 256, and for asymmetric, we use RSA and ECDSA. It is also possible to use an asymmetric encryption configuration with a private key owned by server and a public key used by user to sign the token. This means anyone can sign a token with the public key. For JWT implementation, many libraries have critical vulnerabilities. They allow attacker to bypass the verification step. For example, a server can generate a token that has the claim logged in as admin. If verification step get passed, then the client could use that token to prove that he is logged as admin. On the client side or browser side, token can be stored in two different ways: stored in cookies or stored in session storage or local storage on browser side. token stored in session storage or local storage. This type of storage protects the application against CSRF attack, considering that the token is unpredictable and cannot be retrieved by the attacker. Drawback of this storage is that token get exposed in case of XSS vulnerability and might be stolen. Token stored in cookies protects against token theft in case of XSS attack. Drawback of this storage is that no CSRF protection can be applied. Now come to the drawbacks of the JWT. First drawback is user account blocking issue. If a user account need to be blocked or deactivated, the application will have to wait for token to expire. Next drawback is password changing issue. If a user need to change their password, for instance in case of account hijacking, and if an authentication has been performed earlier, then a token generated with the previous password will still be valid until expiry. Next drawback is not possible to refresh token. No refresh token is specified by the standard implementation. On expiry, the user will have to re-authenticate. Next drawback is not possible to destroy a token. It is not possible to destroy a token even if the token is deleted from the browser. It is still valid until expiry. So, no real logout is possible. Now come to the best practices used for JWT implementation. First best practice is choosing appropriate algorithms. When selecting and signing algorithms, we should keep in mind to use a strong key in case of symmetric algorithm. Asymmetric algorithms make key custody easier because the private key is kept only on server side, so there is no problem. It is always secured. Always sign the token. This is second best practice. JWT signature is a fundamental security feature that ensures data within the token has not been altered. So, we should always sign a token. Third best practice is make use of time-based claims. We should set JWT lifespan as short as possible, such as in few seconds or few minutes, but not in days or months. This makes JWT more secure. Next best practice is set the issuer and audience as claim. With these claims, they will retrieve the signature key and check whether the token is issued for them or not. With using an identity provider for our web app, we should use JWT for identifying and validating the user. Next best practice is don't use JWT as session token. Since JWT is stateless token, so it should not be used as session token. Thank you so much. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.